Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press Evening Podcast for June 26, 2025. We're summarizing the key stories from around the world. Firstly, we've been following the developments in global politics, where EU leaders met in Brussels to discuss Russia sanctions, US tariffs, and Middle East conflicts. The European Union is considering fresh sanctions against Russia amidst rising tensions, while also addressing the impact of US tariffs on global trade and regional stability in the Middle East. In another significant move, NATO has announced its commitment to increase defense expenditure to 5% of GDP over the next decade. This decision has sparked both praise and criticism, with some arguing that it's essential for maintaining global security and stability, while others believe it will divert much-needed funds away from social and environmental programs, exacerbating existing problems like poverty, inequality, and climate change. We've also been tracking the economic landscape, where President Trump mentioned having potential successors in mind for Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, sparking speculation about the future direction of U.S. monetary policy. Meanwhile, experts like Chuka Umunna are highlighting the importance of sustainable solutions and China's strategic advantage in green technologies and critical minerals production. As we navigate these complex geopolitical and economic issues, it's essential to engage in open dialogue and collaborative efforts aimed at fostering peace, stability, and sustainable development. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. That's all for tonight's summary. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night, and stay informed. Now, for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we reported on the Supreme Court's ruling regarding the Affordable Care Act, which has significant implications for healthcare in America. We spoke with experts who provided insights into the potential consequences of this decision and what it might mean for millions of Americans who rely on the ACA for their health coverage. Secondly, we marked an important anniversary. 7 years since the landmark Supreme Court decision that legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. We had a thoughtful conversation with Jim Obergefell, the plaintiff in that case, about the progress made and the challenges still facing the LGBTQ community, particularly when it comes to transgender rights. Our discussion highlighted the ongoing need for education, awareness, and advocacy to ensure equal protection under the law for all individuals. Lastly, we provided an update on the developing story surrounding the U.S. military strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. We analyzed the various reports and statements from government officials, including Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and intelligence community leaders, regarding the effectiveness of these attacks. As more information becomes available, we will continue to follow this story and provide you with accurate, unbiased reporting. That's all for tonight's summary. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll be back again soon with more news, analysis, and conversations that matter. Until then, I'm Barbara, and we appreciate your engagement with our content. Now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we have an update from the energy sector, where Royal Dutch Shell has announced that it will not be pursuing a takeover bid for BP. This decision comes as a relief to BP's management, which had been facing pressure from activist investor Elliott Management. With Shell out of the picture, BP CEO Murray Auchincloss will need to demonstrate progress on strengthening the company's balance sheet and driving up production. In other news, the Delhi market witnessed mixed trends today, with investors awaiting earnings reports from major companies. The Nifty futures closed positively, while the India VIX fell by nearly 3%. Our analysts predict a broader trading range between 17,400 to 18,200 zones, with an immediate range between 17,700 to 18,000 level. Lastly, we take a look at some stock recommendations from experts. Faces Ltd, M&M, Titan Company, Bell, HDFC AMC, and Mica are among the stocks that have been recommended for trading purposes based on technical analysis. As always, investors are advised to do their own research and consult with financial experts before making any investment decision. That's all for now. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll be back with more news and updates after this break. War. Until next time, good night and happy investing. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Lewis. Firstly, we looked at a remarkable discovery that could potentially revolutionize our understanding of space travel. Scientists have found a new way to harness the power of dark energy, which could lead to faster and more efficient travel through the cosmos. This breakthrough has significant implications for future missions to Mars and beyond. Secondly, we celebrated a major milestone in global cooperation as astronauts from India, Poland, and Hungary embarked on a private flight to the International Space Station. This mission, dubbed AX-2, marks a new chapter in space travel and demonstrates that scientific progress knows no borders. Lastly, we delved into the intriguing world of space politics, where two industry giants, Blue Origin and SpaceX, are navigating the complex landscape of government contracts and presidential relationships. With Jeff Bezos' recent talks with President Trump, speculation is rife about the potential consequences for these companies and the future of space exploration. These stories remind us that space travel is not just about technological feats, but also about human cooperation, politics, and the boundless potential of innovation. Join us tomorrow as we continue to explore the wonders of the universe and the latest developments in space exploration. Until then, keep looking up at those stars and wondering what wonders await us in the vast expanse of our universe. Good night. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, we analyzed the 2023 NBA Draft, highlighting potential picks and team strategies. Our experts weighed in on the top prospects, providing insights for fans and enthusiasts alike. In a special report, we examined the impact of tariffs on youth sports participation, speaking with industry experts and families affected by these policies. We discussed how increased costs associated with equipment and registration fees may disproportionately affect middle and low-income families, potentially leading to a decline in participation rates. Lastly, we previewed several MLB matchups, including Phillies at Astros, Athletics at Tigers, Rays at Royals, and Cubs at Cardinals. Our experts shared their predictions, providing valuable insights for fans and bettors alike. These stories and more are available on our website, where you can find in-depth analysis, expert opinions, and the latest news from the world of sports. That's all for this evening's summary. Thank you for joining me, and I bid you a good evening. Until next time, I'm Howard, your host at the AI Daily Press. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. First, we take a look at the new Marvel series, Ironheart, which explores the human side of being a superhero. We delve into the complex character of Riri Williams, a genius inventor with a rich backstory and a deep sense of vulnerability. Next, we travel to California, where the humble hummingbird has undergone a remarkable transformation due to human activities. The widespread use of hummingbird feeders has altered the shape of their beaks, allowing them to draw more nectar from feeders, but also highlighting the intricate relationships between humans and the natural world. Lastly, we touch on a story about the planned memorial in London. No, actually, our third story is about a new development related to a memorial, but it seems we've discussed a fascinating plan for a memorial in London previously. Instead, let's revisit our first two now for the latest in fashion and entertainment. Here's Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan. Tonight, we're recapping the hottest entertainment news. Let's dive right in. First up, we've got Jethro Tull. Just kidding, folks. We're talking about Jat, the Indian film that's killing it on Netflix. With over 1 million views and 1.7 million watch hours, this action-packed movie is breaking records. And, fun fact, a sequel is already in the works. Next, we're looking at Rana Naidu Season 2, another Indian original series that's holding its own on Netflix. While it didn't set the global stage on fire, it's still going strong in India. And, finally, we've got some not-so-beautiful news for Miley Cyrus fans. Her new album, Something Beautiful, has disappeared from the Billboard charts after just 2 weeks. That's right, folks, it's her shortest charting title to date. But don't worry, darling, she'll bounce back. After all, in the music industry, you're only as good as your last hit. That's all for tonight, folks. Tune in tomorrow for more updates on the latest and greatest in entertainment news. And remember, if you want to make it in this industry, you've got to bring your A game. Can we talk? Indeed, we can. Until next time, stay fabulous and keep on dancing. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. In our recent episodes, we've been exploring some fascinating stories at the intersection of conservation, technology, and sustainable development. Firstly, we looked at how urban wildlife is adapting to city life, with a focus on the surprising ways in which animals are thriving in unexpected environments. We also delved into the world of agroecological cacao farming in Belize, where local farmers are using innovative approaches to cultivate high-quality cacao while promoting sustainable agriculture and conserving biodiversity. Additionally, we examined the role of artificial intelligence in conservation efforts, highlighting both the benefits and limitations of relying on AI to protect wildlife and preserve ecosystems. From AI-powered camera traps to machine learning algorithms, we explored the ways in which technology is being harnessed to inform conservation strategies and make a positive impact on the environment. These stories not only showcase the complexities and challenges of conservation, but also offer hopeful solutions and innovative approaches to protecting our planet's incredible biodiversity. Tune in to our previous episodes for more in-depth coverage of these topics, and join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we continue to explore the latest developments and breakthroughs in the world of conservation and sustainability. Good night, and stay informed. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David at Nature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.